Hey guys, I'm just gonna do a quick little update on the LBZ. It's been a minute. I painted my billet grill black. I replaced my driver's side wheel bearing assembly. I forgot what brand it is, I'll show it. I also had to replace, and I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see that, my pitman arm with a Moog pitman arm, and I'll show you why. I'll scroll up a little bit so you can see what's going on in the wife's truck. Okay, so this is my factory original pitman arm. The reason I had to replace it is that happened. So what happened is I was in a parking lot, thankfully, and this snapped off into my center link, my steering link, into whatever you want to call it. So these were two parts now. So when I turned my steering wheel, obviously no steering. So that was really scary that that could have happened on like the highway or something like that. So I was a little spooked about that. But got it replaced the next day. The Moog one I replaced it with, I believe, was $133. So like all in all, not that bad. No, if I was on the highway, it probably would have been a total, because that would have been scary. But anyways, the wheel bearing, okay, it was an SKF wheel bearing. Here, I'm just gonna stop the video. I'll get this out for you guys. Okay, so this was the new one, hub unit SKF. I'll throw a part number somewhere so you guys can see it. Honestly, there wasn't anything really even wrong with it. Well, I mean, there was. It had a slight, barely, I mean, a few millimeters at the most, like 3 millimeters of a wiggle room with the tire on. But I mean, obviously that means it's starting to go out. And this was before I had to drive 4 hours to go down to Homer for my wedding. So I was like, I want to replace that so I don't have any issues going down there. And then if I did have my wheel bearing go out when I was down there, it would have been a pain to get parts in Homer. So anyways, I replaced this. I'm still keeping it because it's not terrible. If I have a catastrophic failure of one, this will definitely work in time till I get a new one. And I stole the ABS line off of it because obviously nothing was wrong with that either. The studs are still okay. But yeah, so that's pretty much it with mechanical fixes. It took me about an hour and a half to replace my wheel bearing. I didn't videotape it because I've never done one before, and I was at a buddy's house, and I kind of just, like I said, it was before my wedding. I just wanted to bust it out, get it done, and it ended up being super easy. Basically, the brake caliper comes off with like 2 bolts, and then there's 4 bolts that hold the wheel bearing to the knuckle and the back of the knuckle, and then there's 1 CV axle nut, and that's it. It was super simple. These are all, my studs are all part of the hub assembly, so you don't have to press them into a rotor like you would on like a 12-valve Cummins. Just super easy job. So that's pretty much it. We're working on her truck. I'll have videos coming out. I'm doing an 07 HD conversion, so I have the hood, and like I said in the other video, the new fender, this is the fender I picked up off a parts truck, not the same color. So I had my original fender painted since the clear coat was peeling, and then it ended up not being the same color either, so now it's at a different paint job or a paint shop, and that fender and that hood are getting painted along with that. So I guess I'll just show you update. It has no more running boards. It's filthy right now. I'll clean it later. Same wheels, same tires, nothing major. I just replaced this switch that's going to be in another video. It feels so nice now. I'll let you listen. Just perfect. Everything's good. The Edge CTS2 is doing great. My EFI Live switch is doing great. I'm planning on getting WeatherTech floor mats pretty soon. But I mean, that's about it. My bedline toolbox is holding up great, along with my black 907 diesel sticker. This I'm gonna have to get repainted. I'm just kind of like a stickler about stuff like that. Maybe you'll be able to see it better when it's washed, but it almost looks like some paint is starting to bubble, which would make me think that rust is underneath the paint. But this was obviously powder coated and then sanded down, like scuffed up and then painted over that. So for rust to be able to be behind there is kind of odd. But I replaced my pintle hitch. Traction bars are still doing good. I think it looks way better without the steps. I'm gonna do amp research steps here within a year. The Bellstein 5100s are still holding up good. I mean, that's basically it. I have a lot of plans for this truck, but it's gonna take a lot of money. I think my my number with this truck is gonna be about 30 grand to finish it. My transmission is 6,000 or 7,000, or it might be 8,000. My twin setup is like 7,000. And then obviously LBZs have weak pistons around 600 horse. So I'd want to build the whole engine if I'm already having to pull it and replace pistons. So that's where that extra expense comes from. But you know, one day this thing will be, you know, dual fueler, twin turbo, you know, fun truck, and it'll be reliable. That's the thing. I don't want to do anything to this truck to where it's going to have issues. So that's pretty much it for the update. I appreciate you guys, you know, wondering what's up with it. But, you know, still the same truck. Been working on this. No real mechanical issues. There's a little bit of moisture in that turn signal light, but basically doing the whole facelift on this. Cost about, I think it's over $1,000 right now to do the grill. The grill is $480, the hood was $200. Getting it, the fender and the hood painted, is $778. And then there's a couple other things I'll want to do. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. If you guys ever have any questions or concerns, just let me know and I'll try to get a video out for you. So thanks for watching.